God damn it. Every time I thought I had everything, I added a whole new scene. And I was like, this is going to be perfect. And I forgot to add one goddamn thing. I was like, oh, audio levels are good. Things are looking up. I wanted that whole little thing. It was like, hey, this is what it is. And I thought it sounded pretty good. And no one heard me. I can't tell you how long I took before this started to be like, okay, this is set well. You'll be able to hear this well. This scene is looking good. This will look fine. Anyways, hi, I'm Tom. Uh, I'm a producer for Relator. You may be wondering where's Troy Baker. He's not here right now, but he is in the chat, and he is quite busy. Also, Troy, thank you for the super chat. um, so, what is this, you may be asking, to all 39 people who are here? This is a prompt. We do this every week. It is part of our weekly rotation of content. For Sundays, we do prompt, where we take one of our lovely community members and we ask them to give a prompt to the community. We've had such people like Troy before. I've done one. Leanne has done one for her film, and so many more. So if you have an idea, please submit it to us. DM myself or Troy, and we'll be happy to get back to you. We have a little bit of a list right now, so we will we'll get to you in time. But today we have one of our good friends, and who has been a part of this community since the beginning, I believe. You know him as Ryan, and we're going to bring him in now, and we're going to talk a little bit more about what he wants to do today. Hi, Ryan. Also, let's make sure. Yeah, there is audio for this. This is fun. Honestly, I thought I was doing pretty well. And of course, it just always happens. hmm I'm wearing shorts right now because half the time, as you can see, my bed is right there. I roll out of bed and go, I guess I'm doing this now. Also, something super important to point out that Troy just put in chat. All super chats today. Oh, Ryan, are you muted? Fuck. You are on my end. Damn it. I keep forgetting to press buttons. Thanks, Troy, for pointing it out. Um, anyways, yes. Brian's question was, do I wear pants? I do. But Troy...
Like every time you're on screen?
Oh, absolutely.
Every time?
Every time.
Right.
Even though I'm just from the cut up, I make sure I'm fully dressed.
Just in case.
Oh,
I don't
just
know.
in
It
case.
feels like right now there's a certain sense of like freedom and ownership right now, just not wearing any.
Do you just have like the stockings on with the big like suspenders?
I do. I own those. I'm not wearing them right now, but I definitely own those.
Man, I can't believe I just keep forgetting to hit buttons. Troy put something in chat saying every super chat is going towards Jacksepticeye, Sean's Thankmas stream. So if anyone wants to donate to that, please do. Either super chats here or go directly to there after prompt is done. So yeah, that's super good. And it's finally, I feel like, starting to feel like Christmas.
Have you like been decorating, or do you get into Christmas at all? You don't strike me as somebody who really gets into Christmas.
I don't get into Christmas until the 20th.
When you do your shopping?
I do my shopping early, but it's like,
okay,
I want to look and feel like Christmas. Like, that's when I'm listening to Christmas music. I'm making Christmas cookies.
You make Christmas cookies?
This is the first time I am. This is the first Christmas I'm spending away from home. So I'm doing that. I'm getting up early. I'm making cinnamon buns because that's the thing that like we always had on Christmas morning. But my roommate and I really are going all out with just like the Christmas decorations.
Yeah.
Like our room, we aren't really doing our rooms, but like our living room is just decked to the halls.
Literally decked to the halls.
um, and it's good. A lot of tinsel. We put up. We bought like 3 bags of like 40 ribbons that from like Target, and we just kind of like tape them all to the wall. And there are just every day 3 or 4 fall down. So it's like we don't have to take them off the wall if they just keep falling.
Dude, I love it, man. Like I've got the Christmas lights, like outdoor Christmas lights strung all through my garage out here. And I think I'm just gonna leave them up like all year round. Not because I'm lazy, but just because
They look good.
it's a nice space.
Yeah.
Like it's a nice glow. It's just joyful.
Honestly, that is what the feeling of Christmas should feel like.
Do you
Right?
think you get that more not going home for the holidays, or is it like you?
I think well, for me, I grew up in the Northeast. So it's like Christmas to me always felt like there's snow and then there's lights, and it's supposed to feel cold. Um, right now in LA, it is pretty cold. Uh, like it's a still cold. I don't know if that makes sense. Like there's not wind or anything. It's just kind of like sitting there.
Just like a relaxed cold,
Kinda, yeah. I would
like
say
a
so.
Netflix and cold.
Yeah, I just like to sit with it, see what happens.
Yeah,
Put the U log on, which
yeah.
is the best Netflix channel or Netflix show.
I've used it.
I've used it multiple times. I have for my setup right now, I like my computer's right here and then my like TV's right here. Um Sometimes when it gets late, I just don't want to get up in the middle of a call to turn my lights on. So I'll go onto Netflix and put the U log on and it gives me a nice bright light and a little bit of warmth.
I have made fake fireplaces and just put a screen in there with Yule log on, and it looks real. It's like a janky
And it's very
ghetto
warm.
nice fireplace.
Yeah. Have you ever had the ones where it's like it's a fan with a little bit of like fabric and it makes it
I've
look
not,
like a roaring fire?
no, but I've got a fake one out here in the garage where it's just like the lights that spin on there, and it
Hmm.
looks like a fire if you're squinting and really drunk.
If your eyes are closed and you turn the other way,
Yes.
it looks exactly like a
It's
fire.
like, oh, I feel warmth.
Oh, is that the
Fire.
alcohol? The best sweater, really.
Alcohol is the best sweater.
Oh yeah,
Keeps you warm.
it keeps you warm inside. Speaking of which, do you drink eggnog?
No, I heard you guys talking about this last year.
Last year, that was a while ago.
I'm sorry, yesterday. Yesterday. My son, anything that's in the past is
Mhm.
yesterday or last year.
Okay,
Like
there
it
is
could be
no
2 days
between.
ago. There's no between.
Hmm.
It could be earlier today, and for him, it's last year. If it was in the past, it's one of those two. But no, I have. I think it's just a vehicle for bourbon.
Yeah, I. Well, then why have the eggnog? Just go straight to the bourbon.
Just for appearance's sake.
I
I
guess so.
think.
To be holiday-ish.
Yes, yes. It is so that way it's traditional.
Hmm. Absolutely. My,
Otherwise, if it's just bourbon, then you're just the drunk guy on Christmas.
you're just having a good time.
And that's fine. That's fine.
My
That's gonna be
roommate.
me after we stop recording.
Do you just have it like underneath the camera?
Yes. That's the break between now and
You don't. It's not even a step away.
now.
Um, my roommate has like a whole like thing of eggnog, which she like keeps drinking, and it's like, oh, it's so good, and it's like, "Y- I can't. I'm not ready for that yet. She also uses it as like coffee creamer, which is
That could be good.
she says it's okay.
It's a big Starbucks thing. Or at
Oh
least it
yeah.
was like 20 years ago when I worked there. I don't know.
I also don't drink coffee, so I don't know if that's good.
Jesus.
But anyways, the reason why you're here, Ryan,
Yes.
is because
Prompt.
you wanted to give a prompt today.
Yeah. And it
What-
fits right in with the Christmas joy.
truly.
So today's word for prompt is enthusiasm,
Mm.
which I went ahead and like dictionary it, dictionary.com. Intense and eager enjoyment or approval.
Oh.
Which is very different. Originally, I was thinking it was like passion. You can be really passionate, just like you're really enthusiastic about something. But you can be like, you can passionately hate somebody or something.
Absolutely.
You can passionately hate Elf, as
Which
you
I
do.
do.
Really need to get into that.
Mhm.
But when it comes to enthusiasm, that is a enjoyment and it's approval and it is a positive thing. And I chose this last week. See, last week for
A few
prompt.
months ago.
We had homesickness. It was the Welsh word for homesickness.
Hmm.
And in 2020, enthusiasm is what I'm kind of homesick for, right? Feels like that's missing a little bit. If we get good news, it's relief, but it's not enthusiasm the way that it used to be. And dude, I get the feeling so many people in this community, like myself, when we were kids, we were told to calm down, right? Being excitable was not a good thing, but as a mature adult, there is nothing that draws you to people more than their enthusiasm.
Hmm.
You know, people in our community, you ever hear Drew talk about science and space, it is the most like affirming, wonderful, beautiful thing to hear is just the enthusiasm that pours out. Or Lily on her podcast here on the Relator channel with
Nice plug.
the movies. Yeah. All the movies we've judged so far. So if we can create something, not just define or say what enthusiasm means to you, but create something that embodies enthusiasm, whether it's something that makes you enthusiastic or just enthusiasm itself. That's what I'd love to see this week.
So, what would you want to see from prompt?
What do I want to see from prompt? All of these, I want to see people just shitting themselves with joy. That's what I want to see.
Not actually. We don't want to see that.
It's, you know what? It's 2020. Like,
yeah.
And this is the internet. I mean, we'll see whatever. But
we've seen it before. We'll see it again.
Yes, that's what I want to see. I want to see people enthusiastic, which I know is a really challenging thing for some people,
Mm-hmm.
and it's going to be a really easy thing for others. But it's that's just what I want to see. I want to see people create something with enthusiasm, and not just about enthusiasm.
I see. So I'll ask you this: what are you enthusiastic about? Is it possibly the Star Wars shirt that you were wearing on and all the news that just came out?
I love how comfy the shirt is, and I do love Star Wars.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, like enthusiasm, it's Christmas itself. I don't know
I
if you saw the video I posted on Twitter, but
yeah, that was insane.
That's purely just enthusiasm, and all I wanted to do was create a moment where, I work with brokers. We are transportation brokers. We are the grumpiest, just grumpiest people imaginable that are just dealing with crap day in and day out.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to create a moment that would stick with them for years that is nothing but pure joy. And that's what that was born out of. That was a decorating contest that there was no prize for.
That you won, I hope.
Yeah. But the second year I didn't. The second year when we strung up 3,500 cotton balls, I didn't. And that made me happier because, a whole other side of the office, they saw what was going on, and at the 11th hour, they banded together and created this whole scene of like a summer paradise Christmas.
I can only imagine, like, the moment that award came out, you went back to your desk, brought out a pencil, it's like, I have an ideas for next year.
Mostly it was like all the ideas that I had the year before that just didn't get done, and they just kept building on each other.
And the reindeer was part of it?
Reindeer. The crocodile was supposed to be the Grinch, which I did not know that they were going to bring, by the way. They just brought a crocodile into my workplace. I'm getting fired.
No way I'm not. The crocodile was the part that overturned it, not the giant reindeer.
Dude, reindeer. It did shit in the elevator, unfortunately. But it was worth it, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's not what people will remember.
But so I have so many questions. The year after, because this was 2 years ago.
Yes.
The year after, did it scale or come back down?
The year after, I was so frustrated because everybody around me just assumed that I was going to do everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, all right, I'm not going to do anything. And then the day before, still nothing was done. And I just stayed up that night and
got it.
Worked through and basically recreated it without the reindeer,
That's
which is why it's a good idea to buy a snow machine instead of rent.
yes,
Good investment.
it is a good investment, especially if you want snow cones.
Yeah. I wouldn't need it.
Yeah, but so then this year, what are your plans?
This year, I mean, I'm working from home,
Mm-hmm.
so I've got a lot of these decorations. I've got everything going up here, and I'm still decorating my office. It's just me and my son out here while he's doing his virtual learning. So just a little
I feel like
paradise for us.
are you also the type of person to like deck your house out, like the lights on the outside and all that sort of stuff as well?
I went to, and then yeah, we've got like 40 strands that are just not lighting up. So yeah,
That's always the biggest.
but that's okay.
You get one faulty one, and then they all don't work.
Yeah, and you got to sit there and like try every single
Figure
bulb
it out, yeah.
until your fingers are bleeding. And
Well, I think you very actively described things that you were passionate about.
what about you, Tom? That's always part of it. I've seen you enthusiastic. I've seen
Mhm.
you rocking out to Hamilton very enthusiastically. What makes you enthusiastic?
Things that make me laugh. Like I will go the extra mile for a bit or something like that, just because it is the world is so stupid in its all. So I'd rather find a way to make myself laugh than make myself depressed about it.
Mhm.
So if I can find a way to find the joy in something, either for myself or for someone else, I will go that extra mile for that. Like if I need to go get a real size snowman and put it in my roommate's room for when she gets back from work, I may or may not have already done that. Just to
So proud of you.
just to make her smile or laugh after a long day's work. It's like I'm passionate about and like all these other things like fantasy and stuff like that, but really it's all just a catalyst to be like, how do I how do I make it to the next day and still be laughing about it? So I don't know. It's all that. But Ryan, I think we've gone on just long enough. And also, I do want to thank all the people who have done super chats so far. Um, all that money is going to Thankmas, which is Jacksepticeye's donation stream, or charity stream, as some people might call it, or how it's actually called. So I'm going to say thank you all for that, and that money will be going over very soon. And Ryan, before we sign off, can you one last time tell us what the prompt is?
It is enthusiasm. It's the intense and eager enjoyment or approval.
Very good. Well, Ryan, thank you so much for coming on and giving that to us. And to all the people watching, we'll be moving this over to Patreon in just a little bit. Look out for that link on the Zoom link on Patreon. And then we have 30 minutes in there. If you are not part of Patreon but still want to participate, use the hashtag prompt to tag your artwork or whatever you make or whatever you do. Act of kindness. Prompt that. Prompt that? Yeah, that's the new words I'm using. Yeah. So with that, thanks everyone. We'll see you soon.
See you soon.
Bye.